only game he lost was in Detroit on Thanksgiving Day. The Green Bay Packers will be led by the often injured but very effective Lynn Dickey, the fourth quarterback taken in the draft of 1971. Lambeau Field, the home of the Packers, as always, is a sellout. Temperature today 35 degrees. It's supposed to get up to 38 as the Bears play the Packers for the 121st time in the history of these two franchises. Good afternoon. I'm Pat Summerall with Sonny Jurgensen. I know you had a chance to talk with Green Bay Packer head coach Bart Starr, who some say is in a little bit of trouble up here.
I would have to think so. Their big problem has been injuries, but they haven't been able to stop anybody. They've given up 288 points this year. They had a big lead last week against Washington, only to blow it in the second half. They need to stop somebody because they have moved the ball offensively. Dickey has thrown the ball well. They're 600 yards up in passing.
Let's get to the action. And, Sonny, what about this early starting time?
Early starting time, I feel, is going to be a big problem at the north end of the field because of the high sky, the sun. Really going to be difficult fielding the football.
Bernie's kickoff comes down to Walterscheid, and it's bobbled. Hit at the 5, maybe he got to the 6, and that's all. David Simmons was the Packer tackler, and there's a Packer player down on the opening kickoff.
You know, when you have a sun like this, so we were talking about that sun, Pat, boy, it's so difficult. The receivers would like to catch the ball going to the south end where the sun isn't in their eyes, but the quarterback has his problem then, and vice versa when they turn around.
As example, Walterscheid was looking right into that sun, trying to field that kickoff. Packer player injured, and we haven't been able to identify who he is as yet. He's surrounded by the medical staff. Casey Merrill, we think. The injured Packer player is number 78, Casey Merrill, and he is being taken to the locker room without a play being run from scrimmage yet. Injured on the opening kickoff. We'll check on the Bear offense. They'll start from the 7, 1st and 10. Mike Phipps is the quarterback. Walter Payton, Dave Williams, the two setbacks, as usual. Williams, the ball carrier on first down outside the 10. Rich Wingo, the middle linebacker, made the tackle. Their offense, Phipps is the quarterback, as I mentioned. Payton and Williams, the running backs. Ricky Watts wide on one side, Bashnagel on the other, and the tight end is Mike Cobb.
Offensive line, Albrecht, Jackson, Neal, two real good guards, and Dennis Lick at the other tackle.
Good offensive line for the Bears. 2nd and 7, 3-yard pickup on first down by Williams. He is the lone setback, and now Payton moves back with him. Payton's first carry. 3 or 4.
What is the condition of Walter Payton? He's had a kind of a pinched nerve in his neck or shoulder bothering him.
He's had that for about the last 4 weeks, and the last 4 weeks have not been the best for Walter Payton either.
He has not reached that 100-yard mark 4 straight times.
Green Bay's defensive linemen Mike Butler, Terry Jones, Charlie Johnson, and Ezra Johnson.
Well, Charlie Johnson, a rookie out of Maryland, doing an excellent job for him.
The linebackers Weaver, Wingo, and Douglas. Bashnagel and Watts on the same side as the draw play goes to Williams. He gets around to the outside and might have a first down. Very close. Rich Wingo chased him out of bounds, the first man to hit him.
We made a pretty good adjustment there. No pole to run to, and he got outside. Looks like he's going to come up a little short, though.
About a yard short, it appears, and Bob Parsons in the Bear punting unit will come on. Wonder how difficult it's going to be for Parsons to see that snap from center coming out of that sun.
Maybe not so bad since the ball's coming from the ground.
Back deep for Green Bay, standing right at the 50, is Johnny Gray. Parsons' kick is a high, good one, and he goes down, and a flag does too. Gray drops it. He gets back on top of it, but we're going to have roughing a kicker.
It's an obvious rushing call here. The Packers wanted to make something happen early in the game, going after the kicker, and they go right under him and cut his legs out from under him. And Freddie Wyatt right there quickly throwing that flag out.
Freddie Wyatt was the Redskin quarterback at one time, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. A lot of them still hanging around.
Running into the kicker, 25 and 61. Defense, first down.
He was a left-handed quarterback.
A wrong armor, huh?
Of course, you could throw it with both arms, I know that. And well. The Green Bay secondary, Hood, McCoy, Luke, and Johnny Gray. Bear first down now. Line of scrimmage out at the 21. Peyton. And Peyton still on his feet, got about 5 or 6. Johnny Gray, the safety man, made the tackle. Peyton is a remarkable athlete.
I was just looking at that defensive set that time. Green Bay has gone to a little stronger running type defense. They've had trouble stopping the run. They've gone to a 42 type defense, offsetting the inside linebackers and bringing the weak one in also. See if they do it again on this down.
We've got the 4 down lineman again. Mike Phipps on 2nd and 3. The 28. Williams breaks into the Packers secondary out to about the 35 and will have a Bear first down. Their second. Gary Weaver made the tackle.
This has been the big problem, trying to stop that run. They've had so many tackle problems inside. But as of lately, their 2 tackles, Terry Jones and Charlie Johnson, have played pretty well.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Green Bay Packers and the National Football League is prohibited. Mike Phipps operating now from the 35 in the first quarter at Lambeau Field. Pitch is back to Peyton. Fine play by Mike Douglas, who took on the blocker, defeated him, and made the tackle.
Well, that's something Douglas did not do against the Washington Redskins last week. Come across, meet the block, and make the play. Fine play that time.
Loss of 3. The Bears now find themselves very nearly in their first passing situation of the day. Straight back, Packers blitz. Bashnagle, the clutch catch.
Little turn-in pattern. He had a blitz on, but he got rid of the ball. Real good throw this time. Watch the blitz come. You see it coming from the outside, the left of your screen. Just gets it off. Good reception. Not enough for the first down. They're going to come up about 3rd and 1.
Here's the blitz.
Yeah, you see the blitz coming in. Pretty good block that time on Douglas.
That was Peyton that did the blocking job. Picked him up nicely. Score?
Yes, we do have a score. Cincinnati leading Washington. Washington has fallen behind again in the first quarter. 52-yard pass from Kenny Anderson to Archie Griffin.
Packers jumped offside. They would stop, almost stop, at least Dave Williams, and prevent him from making a first down. McCoy made the tackle. But it looked like Green Bay might have jumped offside.
Yep.
It's the kind of year it's been for the Packers under Bart Starr. They held the Bears deep in their own territory, and they got a roughing the kicker call. They have a chance to make the Bears give up the ball again, and they jump offside.
Offside, number 53. First down.
Mike Douglas just made a big play, and he turns right around and makes a bad one, huh?
The officiating crew today, Freddie Wyatt is the referee, and the rest of his staff, talking to Fred Swearingen, field judge, said he officiated his first game right here at Lambeau Field 20 years ago, and it was a Bear-Packer game. He has some very fond memories. Phipps to the outside has Ricky Watts in Packer territory for another Chicago Bear first down.
Boy, what a great throw he makes here. This is a difficult throw because it's all timing. He fakes a draw, a fake in there to Peyton, goes back. He has to throw the ball a long way because he's throwing to the wide side of the field to bring the man back, and he makes a good throw right on the target. Well, that's tough to throw.
Good enough for 12 yards. But he had to throw it a lot further than that.
Well, there's about a 40-yard throw on a line.
First down, Bears at the Packer 37. 10:21 left to play in the first quarter. No score yet. And this is Williams. And smothered right at the line of scrimmage. Terry Jones, one of those tackles that Sonny Jurgensen was talking about a minute ago. Another good play.
I would have to say he defeated the block then, wouldn't you?
Severely. 1 yard gain, make it 2nd and 9. Bears continue to shuttle their tight ends. Greg Latta and Mike Cobb with plays for Phipps from the sideline. Bashnagel is out wide to the right, and Watts is over on the left side. Pass outside, trying to set up a screen pass to Williams, but the Packers. Terry Jones is out there as fast as a football.
I tell you, he read the play, diagnosed it at the line of scrimmage, and saw that it was going to be the little screen out to the back. Bashnagel coming out, and did he get out there in a hurry? Take a look at this. You see the action right at the line of scrimmage. Jones rushing. Then he comes right off when his blocker released him. He turned right around and hustled out and made the play.
Heads up and alert. Looked like Greavy Story missed that block on Jones, but he didn't. He had to get out and get involved in the blocking for the screen. Lone setback is Williams. 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers. Ball is lofted outside for Watt. He slipped and couldn't get back up and get under control in time.
Boy, he had a chance to make the first down if he made the reception. Another good throw that time by Phipps.
Mike McCoy was the Packer defender, and Parsons comes in. He'll start at midfield, or a little bit back of that. When he makes contact with the football, he'll be just about at midfield. Johnny Gray back for the Packers. Parsons trying to angle it out of bounds, and Gray trying to cut it off. Got a good block, but the Bears do a good job on pursuit. 28-yard kick by Parsons. First Bear tackler down was Lee Coons. Packers will start from their 16. It's a great place to come to watch and to broadcast and to play a football game.
I noticed the girls up here wear a little different costume than those.
Doesn't look like
the weather brings it about, huh?
Doesn't look like Dallas in terms of costumes, I mean. First down, Green Bay Packers with Lynn Dickey as their quarterback. Nate Simpson and I believe Eric Torkelson, the running backs. Yes. This is Simpson. Slips a couple of tacklers, and down goes a penalty marker. Alan Page came out to make the tackle.
Boy, he's played well since coming over from Minnesota, hasn't he? Still utilizing that quickness. It's going against the Packers.
Page only weighs about 220, maybe perhaps a little bit more than that, but he is, and as he always has been, one of the quickest guys off the ball anywhere. Here he is.
It used to be you could tell before when he lined up which way he was going, inside or outside, and that guard would study that and realize which way he was going. He still couldn't make the block.
Holding on the wide receiver. First down.
Holding against the Packers. That backs him back up inside the 10. Here is the Green Bay offense. Dickey, Simpson, and Torkelson, the running backs. Wide receivers, Lofton and Tullis. And Paul Kaufman is the tight end. 80-20. Simpson again from Dickey. Muckensturm, who is the Bear leader in terms of number of tacklers, number of tackles, made that one. Added another one.
Good linebacker. He's really stepped in. When you go back and look at who's played that strong linebacker. Buffon's played it about 14 years, right. And before that, Fortunato. 14 before that. I think it's only 2 people in the history of the game for them.
Larry Morris.
Offensive line of Green Bay. Concar, Goforth, McCarron, Harris, and Greg Cook. They need to protect Lynn Dickey today.
Turdell Middleton now is the other Packer running back with Torkelson. From the 12, Lynn Dickey has a pass deflected, knocked away by number 68, Jim Osborne.
Well, you had a man open then, too. Hurry up offense.
Doing this so the Bears can't get their pass defending special troops in there.
Exactly. Good, smart play.
Penalty
Look
mark
out.
is down. Ball is out of bounds. Walter Tullis, the intended receiver. But another penalty flag.
Seen a number of teams do that this year, Pat. What you mentioned, run a hurry-up offense on third down to keep them from making the change to the nickel defense and getting that special personnel in. And it's been effective. I've seen Green Bay do it before also.
Penalty is against the Bears this time, and let's see. Freddie Wyant.
Offside, number 99, defense. Third down.
99 is the Bear rookie defensive end, Dan Hampton. I don't know if you've seen him or not, but he's a good player.
I have not, and I heard that he's outstanding.
Hampton is number 99. Osborne and Page inside, and Mike Hartenstein the other end. Linebackers Muckenstern, Hicks, and Gary Campbell. And the secondary is a tough one for Chicago. Here's Dickey straight back again under pressure from Page, but gets rid of it. Cordell Middleton was the intended receiver, is knocked away by Walter Scheid.
Pressure that time got to Dickey and forced him to throw that ball. They ran a little trick defensively, and Osborne got in there and got a kind of an arm on him and forced him to throw the ball badly. This is going to be the tough catch.
And it's Walter Scheid again that'll be faced with it. Remember, he had trouble handling the opening kickoff. David Beverly is back to kick for Green Bay. Bears might try to block this. They almost did. Walter Scheid came over to try to field it and wisely stayed away from it.
That was a smart play.
Beverly's kick out of bounds at the 48-yard line, and that's where the Bears will have their second possession of the day. Pat Summerall with Sonny Jurgensen in Green Bay.
Washington has tied it up against Cincinnati. John Riggins scored from 7 yards out. That game's still in the first quarter. And the Cardinals leading the Giants 6-0. Otis Anderson, boy, what a year he has had.
Washington, excuse me, Sonny, that Washington game, of course, is very important to Chicago Bear fans. If Washington wins today and the Bears should lose, they would have a wild card spot in the playoffs. Payton and William behind Phipps, and this is Walter Payton. Payton breaks a couple of tackles. Typical Walter Payton effort. About 8 yards, head down when he's pushed out of bounds.
Doesn't look like that neck or shoulders bothering him too much today. Made a good run then. Good smart run because he stayed up close to his blockers and then at the last second found the little hole he needed.
Estes Hood was the tackler. It was Greg Latta coming in and giving the information to Mike Phipps. 2nd and 2 at the Packer 45. No score. Again, it's Payton. This time he can't pull it off. Rich Wingo stayed around his feet.
There you go. John Anderson down on the sidelines.
And behind him, and now you can see Bart Starr. And Zeke Bratkowski.
Zeke and Bill Curry. Good staff he has. He really paid Zeke a nice compliment about that Zeke's been calling the plays as of lately and has done an outstanding job. It's just a lack of execution that's kept them from winning.
Payton lost 2 on that last carry. So it's 3rd and 4. Willie McClendon has replaced Payton. Fine rookie running back from Georgia. Out of the backfield, the pass is intended for Ricky Watts. Got him. Watts is a little bit slow getting back to his feet. Took a pretty good shot in the back as he was coming down.
Well, he makes a crossing pattern here, coming to the inside. You see this pattern thrown by just about everybody, and he catches it right in a crowd. You see what you hit he takes before he gets 1 foot on the ground, and he gets hit from both sides. And as you said, he did get up and is walking off right now, but it was good for 26 yards and a first down.
Got a knee in the back, it looked like. Watts is a guy who's really come on. He didn't get much of a chance to play while Scott and Golden Richards were healthy. But since he's played, he's done well.
They have lost some people with injuries, haven't they?
They sure have. Some sort of a holdup while the officials visit with the Bear bench for some reason.
And James Scott went out with a broken ankle. Richards had ligaments, and then Schubert just recently he went out.
The bowl lineup on CBS is a dandy. The Sun Bowl was the first one. Washington against Texas on Saturday, December the 22nd, where I'll be. The Blue-Gray game on Christmas Day.
Where I'll be.
Christmas Day.
Yes, and also at the Peach Bowl.
Peach Bowl, Clemson Baylor, December 31st. Cotton Bowl features Houston against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And then January the 5th, the East-West Shrine game. You'll be there too?
You saw them.
Peyton looking for someplace to go and cannot find it. Should be time for Bob Thomas. Terry Jones again on the pursuit. Should be time, I started to say, for Bob Thomas to start loosening up.
It's remarkable the success that Walter Payton has had when you know that everybody, the 11 men on defense, are standing there keying on him every play.
You'd be foolish not to. I know in the game Thanksgiving Day against Detroit, he carried the ball the first 9 plays from scrimmage.
Maybe nobody else wanted it.
The way Detroit played that day, I can understand why. Willie McClendon in the backfield now with Williams. That's McClendon. Bear coach Neil Armstrong getting his information from the coaches up in the press box and then relaying it through the use of his tight ends.
He couldn't find Lauder there for a second, could he?
He's behind him, and he's looking into the sun. Third down, they lead about 5. The ball is at the 17-yard line of the Packers. Crowd at Lambeau Field now encouraging. That's a good protection. A good throw.
Boy, he had it right on the mark. That's twice the Bears had come up short of the first down with good throws by Phipps. This time they had the first down again. Couldn't quite hold on to the ball. The ball's knocked loose.
It was McClendon, the intended receiver, out of the backfield.
Boy, Johnny Gray came up, really stung him just as soon as he was trying to make the reception.
This is Bob Thomas then, from about 35 yards out, with Bashnagel holding.
How would kicking into the sun be, Pat?
It would be difficult. But Bob Thomas makes it look easy from 35 yards out and puts the Bears on the scoreboard first. They lead 3-0. So we have 4 minutes and 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Thomas with a 35-yarder puts the Bears up. Sports Spectacular next week. And speaking of spectacular things, there's a couple that really knows how to dress.
Well, they let anybody in here, don't they?
Just happy to be loose. Good kick. Lonnie Perrin did that kickoff duty for the Bears. Mike McCoy outside the 25, nearly to the 30. That's the story of the scoring drive. They call it a 34-yard field goal by Bob Thomas. They kept it 7 plays, went 36 yards, kept it 3 minutes 7 seconds. 4:15 left to play first quarter. Packers Bear ball at their own 28. Dickey on first down has a completion to Walter Tullis. Jerry Fensick, the Bear defender, along with Terry Schmidt.
Tullis had to be looking exactly back straight into that sun this time. Good throw. Dickey lost his footing a little bit, but this is the way he's been throwing the ball in the last couple of games. Good timing on the play. He delivered the ball on time, and he gets a completion very close to a first down.
About 2 feet short. Tullis goes out wide to the right. Lofton out to the left. Ricky Patton is one of the running backs with Eric Torkelson up closer. And that's Torkelson. He'll have the Packer first down. Osborne was the first Bear to make contact.
Game still in the first quarter. Bob Greasy coming back, getting a start again. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes against Detroit. They lead 14-0 now.
Miami nearing the AFC's Eastern Championship.
It looked like they were going to be out of it for a while, too, didn't it?
Sure did. You ever see anybody look better than Greasy did when he came off the bench in relief that time against New England? Dickey has Lofton. Alan Ellis, who's replaced Virgil Livers at the right cornerback spot for the Bears, knocked him out of bounds. Looks like a good time to throw against the Bears on first down.
Yes, I would say so. You say they don't like to throw into that nickel defense. Cincinnati going back again. Pete Johnson, a 1-yard touchdown run. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. 14-7 now.
That is Cincinnati over Washington. Packers 2nd and 5 at the 45. Ricky Patton, the ball carrier, out to the near midfield. Osborne again on the tackle.
See if we can pick up these signals here from Zeke. Gee, what is all that, Zeke? For one play? I think the last thing was a count number.
Looked like the 6 o'clock news. At the 49, it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Packers. Bears leading 3-0. Clock running at 2:10 left first quarter. Double tight end setup. Torkelson. Dickey fell down after he handed off the ball. Got to admire the courage of a guy like Lynn Dickey. As many injuries as he's had, and serious injuries.
Well, he's had a shoulder, hip dislocation, and a broken leg. He had a chance to run one in here. They put him back in the game against Philadelphia a couple of weeks ago, and he couldn't quite leg it in there.
He limps noticeably when he tries to run.
He limps coming on the field, too. St. Louis is up. They got a field goal, a 30-yarder by Steve Little. They lead the Giants now 9-0.
That effort by Torkelson got him close enough to bring the chains out and measure, but it didn't quite get him there.
Torkelson's averaging 4.2 yards a carry. First running back to do that for the Packers in 6 years.
Since Brockington, right?
All right, average over 4 yards.
And it appears that they are not going to call them any kickers. They're going to go for it. That's midfield. They'll have it. Ricky Patton up over the top. Got the first down. Gary Campbell on the tackle, but Ricky Patton got enough.
Big gamble they got away from. The big problem you have in a situation like that is, what if you have a penalty, a holding call or something, or some offensive penalty after the play when you get set back.
Ball in Bear territory for the first time for the Packers being on offense.
Those 4th down gambles always nice when you make them.
At home. I guess anywhere. The flea flicker is coming. They're lucky to get it away, but they do. Walter Tullis has it at the 35. chased down by Terry Schmidt. Schmidt hurt himself a little bit.
I'm not sure he's throwing to Tullis this time. I thought he was trying to go long. Take a look at it. He hands here to Torkelson, who laterals back. Gets ready to throw the ball, and boy, he gets a hit by Hartenstein. Looked like he was trying to go long and completed the pass to Tullis. Here, take a look at it again. You see it right here. Looks like he really wants to unload it, and the ball gets thrown short. Tullis makes a good play out of the thing. Schmidt comes over and makes the tackle.
Schmidt had to go out because he was shaken up after making that tackle, and Virgil Livers has taken his place. That's Ricky Patton, who just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. Tom Hicks, the tackler.
Wouldn't you love to have a microphone where you could talk to the quarterback and say, "Now tell the truth, were you really throwing to him then?"
He had no idea whether it was complete or not, because Hartenstein and Hampton really put the heat on him.
I was trying to throw a crossing pattern. I'll tell you in the second quarter, funny story.
I have to wait, I guess. That's the end of number 1. Packers on the move.
Introducing the first new truck of the 80s, the new
Pat Summerall with Sonny Jurgensen at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, located just off Lombardi Avenue. 34-yard line of scrimmage. Bears lead 3-0. 35-yard field goal by Bob Thomas. Dickey to Patton. Oh, wow.
Huh.
Gary Campbell and Tom Hicks, I believe, combined along with Jim Osborne, and that looked like something I saw yesterday in Philadelphia, that hit.
Well, very quickly this time, the Bears, you see all the changing in the huddle there. They got in their nickel defense this time because they have a 3rd and 11 play coming up.
It'll be 3rd and 10. Tight end Paul Kaufman goes to the left side of the offensive line. James Lofton is split wide to the left. Walter Tullis out to the right. Kaufman now in motion. Penalty marker down. I think the Bears might have jumped off sides, but Ricky Patton takes the pass complete from Dickey. Bruce Herron, the linebacker, knocked him out of bounds.
Boy, good recognition by Dickey that time. Very quickly, he read the defense in his first step going back, and he knew who he wanted to go to. He found the linebacker isolated on his back, and he went to him, and it's going to go against the Bears. And good gain. I don't think it's going to be enough unless they are going to take the penalty and then have another 3rd down try at it, Pat.
I'm sure that's what they'll do, and that is what they do. Bears jump offside.
Number 82, defense.
Some of that quickness from Alan Page.
I was telling you that story about throwing to Jerry Smith. I was trying to go to my tight end across the middle, and I overthrew him about 2 steps. And boy, I really had a lot on the football, and it comes out and I hit Angela Coyer. Remember him?
Sure, for the Bears.
Boy, he could fly, and I hit Angela Coyer dead in stride, and he goes 60-some yards for a touchdown. And the coach said, "How did you see Coyer coming across it?" I never told the truth. I said I could peripheral vision of the quarterback. I could see him.
Instant recognition, right?
Bad throw.
3rd and 5. They thought they might take too much time. There's confusion, and Dickey takes a timeout. He'll come over and visit with the Packer coaching staff. 3-0. The Bears lead.
A lot of times, Pat, you lose something in the communication and the signal coming from the bench. A lot of teams, you see the quarterbacks like Theismann, like Jaworski, Jim Zorn, Dickey, all having to use timeouts unnecessarily because of that communication problem they have between the bench and the quarterback.
3rd and 5 as Kaufman starts in motion one way and then goes back the other way. Dickey drops straight back. Ricky Patton has the 1st down. Another good throw from Dickey.
It was the same play they used to the other side that Patton was open earlier when they had the penalty, and they just reversed the play, flip-flopped it. Again, he had Patton isolated on the linebacker, and he makes a very accurate throw here. Actually, the linebacker gambled a little bit. Bruce Herron gambled, tried to go for the knockdown. Not good enough because the ball was thrown too accurately. 1st down for the Packers.
At the 22. Good-looking drive, this is. Tullis with out wide to the right. Lofton to the left, and Ricky Patton whirls around to about the 20. Muckensturm on the tackle again.
The Rams leading in the Atlanta Falcons 7-0. That's in the second quarter now. Wendell Tyler, 5-yard run for a touchdown. Miami leading Detroit 14-3. Benny Ricardo put the lines on the board with a 46-yarder.
Rams beat Atlanta. They've won the NFC West for the 7th consecutive year, which is an NFL record. Wide open is Patton again. Down inside the 10-yard line, but a penalty marker was dropped early. Virgil Livers on the tackle, but that's a pattern that's been good to the Pack.
You got to move in here. I tell you, when you see plays like this, they've gone to Patton like this. This is what comes from studied film, the game plan itself, and you can see. Let's listen to
Illegal
Freddie.
motion, number 87, moving forward at the snap.
Wide receiver Walter Tullis.
It's really a good game plan when you see people that open and how quickly he threw the ball and had somebody that wide open.
Line of scrimmage now back at the 25, where it'll be second down and about 14 for the Packers. 13:20 left in the first half. Bears leading 3-0. Tullis, penalty marker down. Livers was the Bear defender. Illegal contact.
That's some of that unavoidable illegal contact. Just kind of touched.
That'll warm up the crowd.
He really didn't mean to either, Pat.
Pass interference, number 24, defense, first down.
It'll be first and goal from the 6. Second time, of course, that these two teams have met. A 14-yard penalty pickup. Score in the first game was 6-3.
3 field goals.
Played 12 quarters this year. I think it's part 6 quarter, almost. And no touchdowns yet. But the Packers have a first and goal. Starts Lofton in motion. Kaufman, touchdown. One-handed catch by the tight end, Paul Kaufman.
Boy, this is a dangerous play that they throw right down the middle of the defense. A little soft throw that he one-hands for the touchdown. Take a look at this. He goes back with nobody to fake the ball to. I think they had a mix-up on the play, but look where he throws it. He throws it into 3 white shirts, and they get a touchdown.
It's funny looking to see him fake to somebody when there's nobody there. This is Tom Burney to kick off, and to kick the extra point. Now he'll kick off. He is successful. Here's the touchdown play from another angle.
Where did my back go, huh?
Packers up 7-3. Weather conditions, I imagine, where they're playing that mixed team golf are better than this, but this isn't bad at all.
Not for this time of year.
No, sir. Good kick. Ricky Watts lets it go into the end zone, and somebody better fall on it. Now it goes out.
We don't let that thing stay in the end zone.
Oh. Bears will operate this time with the receivers looking back into that sun. So it's at their back in the second quarter. 60 minutes tonight on CBS. 7 Eastern time. If an ambulance chaser follows auto accidents, the new breed of lawyer following ambulance chasers, and they don't even need an accident. They make one up, and they also make a lot of money. That'll be some interesting story tonight on 60 Minutes. Phipps goes to work and throws out of bounds, intended for Bashnagel. At least he was the nearest bear to it.
I think we had a broken pattern there. Two people, Cobb and Bashnagel, in the same area, almost intercepted because of Cobb taking his man in the same direction. 6 minutes possession in that drive, 13 plays.
A couple of key penalties in there kept it alive. Touchdown pass was 6 yards from Dickey to Kaufman. We sort of, I guess, insulted him a little bit about the touchdown play, but that's important. It was a touchdown, no matter how it looked.
I just think a back didn't make the right decision on the play.
Phipps again. Looking left and finding Payton. Payton stays on his feet, but is knocked out of bounds by Mike Douglas, the linebacker. Penalty marker down on the other side of the field, much deeper downfield. Bear players clapping their hands, so it must be some sort of illegal hit downfield. Holding, that's an illegal hit, isn't it?
Holding and a first down, too. What's Phipps? He's 10 out of 12 since he's been starting, including the 3-1 record he had last year coming in. 7-1 this season.
Holding, number 52, defense, first down.
Linebacker Gary Weaver is number 52. It's a Bear first down at their own 25. Packers leading 7-3 with 12 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the first half. They're still with playoff hopes. A lot of things have to happen, but they're still alive. Payton on first down with guards in front. 8 or 9. Looked like there might have been a fumble.
It looked like they were going to defense that play perfectly. They got a lot of people over here in front of the play, and he still picks up yardage.
He had those two big tank guards out in front of him, Reevy Sorey and Noah Jackson.
One's 270, the other 263. Big people, and they can run.
Both of them. You ought to see Noah Jackson hit a golf ball further than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, right.
Willie McClendon is in the backfield now. That's McClendon. McClendon has the first down. Gary Weaver again, the tackler. Along with Charles Johnson.
What Payton, after 7 carries, has 22 yards. He's having to work for his yardage today. What, he got 125 against them in the first game, but he's been under that 100 mark 4 straight weeks.
Ever since he had that problem with his neck and shoulder. They say he could be quite a place kicker. Bashnagel swings to the right in motion. Payton goes behind Noah Jackson and Reevy Sorey, and what a block Sorey got. Penalty marker down. Reevy Sorey just buried the cornerback on that side, Steve Luke.
Well, I tell you what, that tests your courage. You come up and take on somebody that big running at you.
Face mask violation is called against the Packers. Freddie Wyant and his officiating crew have had a busy day.
A lot of flags.
We've been up here so many times when the field has been frozen and conditions have certainly not been very pleasant, but today is one of the good days. The field is in great shape.
It is. I think they have, don't they have some wires under this field in order to keep it from freezing up? We saw some ice along the sidelines before the beginning of the game, and the field, no ice at all.
Face mask, holding, 99, defense, first down.
Here is is Payton's last run, and watch the block by Story.
Take a look at this and see if we can pick up where Charles Johnson comes over. Boy, this Story, what a block he makes there. See how he just runs completely over this.
And then fell on him.
Yeah, it's hard to pick up the face mask call.
McClendon this time. Charles Johnson on the tackle. He got about 5. Broke all the rushing records down at the University of Georgia. McClendon did. Penalty so far. Bears 3 times 24 yards. Green Bay 6 times 37 yards.
And the 3 previous plays, they run a man in motion. You see the back of the flanker come across in motion, and then they run the ball to that particular side. Green Bay's going to catch on to that sooner or later.
Payton and Williams now the running back tandem on 2nd and 5. At the Packer 47. Phipps sends both his backs out. That's Williams with a blocker out in front. The blocker was Sorey. Estes Hood made the tackle on Williams.
Well, Williams made a good catch on a ball that was thrown kind of low in front of him. He has to look upfield with that linebacker trying closing in, but he's got to be a good receiver. What did he catch? 6 passes last week, the only 6 completions that they had against Tampa Bay. 7-6 now. Los Angeles leading Atlanta. Haskell stand back a 2-yard run for Atlanta, and the PAT was missed.
First down Bears at the Packer 40. Here's Payton. And look out. Knocked out of bounds at about the 16 or 17 by Johnny Gray. Can he turn it on?
Boy, if he gets through the hole without anybody slowing him up. Oh, it's such a beautiful sight to see when you're a Chicago Bear fan and you're playing with a runner like this. Look how he just really picks him up and puts him down. Unusual style when he gets through that hole, and he does that going in the end zone too when he gets that opportunity. He kind of gets stiff-legged there for a second, doesn't he?
Sort of sails.
He does. Looks like he's going to go ahead and take off.
It'll be first down, the Bears, the Packers 17. Green Bay leading 7-3. Packers in a blitz. Phipps has his tight end, and it's deflected just at the last second by Steve Luke. Looked like touchdown for a second.
Boy, Luke did make a game-saving play right there, a touchdown-saving play. He goes back. He had him wide open. Ball not quite far enough. I don't think Mike had an opportunity to get set. You see how close that was to being a Bear touchdown. Take a look at it again. You see right here, he just gets one hand up. Oh, that's got 6 written all over it, hasn't it?
So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 17. Bashnagel, Watts, both put up to the top of your picture. Williams and Payton runner. Here is the ball to Payton, and he's surrounded by Green. Mike Douglas was the first one there.
Payton a little upset about losing his footing that time. Kind of slipped. I think he would have gone back to the other side of the field, and if he'd had an opportunity.
There was no blocker in sight. He was out there with nobody but Packers. Willie McClendon replaces Payton.
Looking at the deflected ball that Luke got his hand on there in the end zone. Cobb was looking back into that sun, too.
Packer crowd comes alive. Phipps. They had Greg Latta, and Latta really took a hit. Wow. Estes Hood and Anderson. Latta really took a shot.
It's another play on 3rd down that the Bears have been so close. Butler putting on the pressure there. Watch the hit he takes. Oh, what a shot. He got a good shoulder pad in that time.
That was Estes Hood. Latta is up and walking back. But that's one to remember. Get that number.
Boy, Estes Hood really put a load of shoulder into him then.
Bob Thomas attempting his second field goal of the day with Bashnagle holding. It'll be 33 yards. And it's good. Thomas having a good year. And the Bears add 3 more with 8 minutes, 21 seconds left to play in the first half. It's Green Bay 7, Chicago 6. The preceding announcement was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. Lonnie Perrin will kick off for the Bears. Mike McCoy back deep for the Packers, and again looking right into the sun. Perrin's kick is short. McCoy comes up and meets it and takes it. He's got some room. McCoy out to the 44-yard line. Almost broke it. Wentford Gaines prevented a touchdown.
Boy, he almost split that for the distance. That's what those short kickoffs do. Get you in a lot of trouble. And a good field position for the Packers. See how far he has to come up to catch this thing. It hung up long enough for him to make the reception. And you see right here, he's turning it on. If he breaks that tackle, he might score.
One more step, and it was free and clear. At first down, Torkelson gets back to the line of scrimmage, and another penalty marker goes down. Hampton on the tackle.
The yellow is flying, huh? Los Angeles leading Atlanta now 14-6. Ferragamo, Vince Ferragamo threw a 25-yard touchdown pass to Billy Waddy. That's in the second period. And Cincinnati and Washington all tied up at 14 apiece now. Joe Theismann threw a 7-yard pass to Clarence Harmon.
Number 57, takedown.
Darrell Goforth. The illegal takedown. But that was a wrestling term.
A takedown.
That's really holding. Lofton comes out wide to the right. Tell us up the top of your picture. And Lim Dickey straight back. The middle, intended for and caught by tight end Paul Kaufman, who's fighting. Another yellow flag goes down. Gary Finsick on the tackle with Doug Plank perhaps coming a little bit late.
I tell you, see right here, Paul Kaufman coming up. Watch the adjustment he makes here. Supposed to go across the middle. He stops and backs up on Tommy Hicks, and then a great effort to pick up the first down. Oh, look at that hit. Doug Plank coming in, making the hit, and I think the Bears are going to be penalized.
That'll be enough for a Green Bay first down. Dickey looks very calm under
Personal
pressure.
foul, spearing, number 46, defense. First down.
There's the late hit. Watch your late hit right here. Number 46 coming into your picture. Kaufman, oops. Oh, spearing, huh?
9-yard gain. Tack on the penalty. And it's first down Green Bay at the Bear 42.
You mentioned Dickey. He does look. He's been throwing the ball in rhythm, and I was so surprised because he stepped right in and picked up where he left off, and he hadn't played in a long time.
Picked off by number 54, Tom Hicks. Muckensturm, Hicks, all combined. But the Bears, at that time, Dickey was under pressure.
He was under a lot of pressure. This is the time he should have eaten the football. It's hard to tell quarterbacks to eat it. Nobody likes to. Hartenstein coming in right here. He's nothing, no way he can get anything behind the football, delivering it right into the hands of middle linebacker Tom Hicks. His second interception of the year. Look what he does. He laterals the thing. These linebackers like to turn that thing around. They get cute with that football.
Just as he was being tackled, he lateraled back to the other linebacker, Muckensturm. And the 40. Bears have a first down in Packer territory. 7:47 left to play first half. This is Peyton. Peyton looking for a place, perhaps got a yard, maybe not even that much. Gary Weaver was the first man to hit him.
It's like to me that the Packers are getting good play today out of their linebackers. Douglas had some problems last week, but Weaver and Douglas have played well. Along with Rich Wingo, they really are high on him. He stepped in and has done an outstanding job for them. Right now they got Jim Gano in there also.
Wingo, they say, is a real find. Rookie from Alabama. Over the head of Bashnagel. Wingo on a blitz, put the heat on Phipps.
Yeah, they've gone to the 34 defense right here. And you see Wingo coming on a blitz. He gets right around Neal. And you got to pay the price to throw that thing. Well, he did the right thing in getting rid of that and getting it so he didn't take the loss.
Wingo picking up the signals from the sideline. Probably saying we ought to try that one again.
Nothing wrong with that defense.
Third down. They still need 10. Ricky Watts, Harry Washington, both in the game. Washington in motion. Packer blitz is on again, and they almost get the flip. Bashnagel slipped down, and Phipps still hit him with the ball.
He did. He had to make an adjustment in his throw. McCoy covering in time. But again, the footing caused a problem for the Bear receivers. Take a look at it. You see him go back right here, and he has to deliver the ball. He's getting a little pressure. They came with a blitz again. He hit it right on the ground.
Right in the numbers.
Just pay attention. I'll hit you.
I think you'd have to say that's a pretty good throw. Bob Carson. Again angling for the sidelines, and Johnny Gray over there trying to cut it off. Lets it go, and the ball bounces out of bounds inside the 5. So the Packers will take over deep in their own territory with 6:40 left to play in the first half. They lead by 1. There are the standings in the NFC Central Division. Tampa Bay plays later this afternoon in San Francisco. The Bears, of course, in action right now, trailing by 1. Tampa Bay can clinch the divisional title by winning today. That does not necessarily eliminate the Bears. They can't win the division title, but they can still be a wild card team. Ricky Patton is met at the 5-yard line and knocked back by Muckenstern.
Could not Tampa Bay have clinched the title the last 2 weeks?
Yes, they could have beaten the Giants. And if they could have beaten Minnesota.
Right. I think John McKay said that if they continue to play the way they are, they will not win another football game.
21-6 now.
Yeah, they got their last touchdown. The Rams got their last touchdown on a 34-yard interception by the Youngblood that is not kin to Jack Youngblood, Jim Youngblood, the linebacker.
It'll be second down from the 5. A loss of 3 on that first play. From his own end zone, Dickey looks and comes out and finally does throw and has it complete. The number 88, Ron Cassidy. Kerry Schmidt on defense.
Is that not a Bart Starr call from the end zone? How many times did you see him do the same play to Paul Hornung coming out of the end zone? Back in the end zone, throwing the football. Had a little pressure on him. I thought he was going to run with it. It makes a very accurate throw on the move, and picks up a first down. With Goforth having a tough time getting Page around behind Dickey.
Got the Packers out of that hole. Dickey will throw again and does to Lofton. Misses. Kerry Schmidt on the coverage. Talked about the Tampa Bay team trying to clinch the title for so long. I asked the owner, Hugh Culverhouse, when we were down there.
Yeah.
When they had a chance to clinch, I said, do you have champagne and you're ready for a celebration? And he said, no way. He said, we lost 26 in a row. We can doggone sure lose 4.
Said there was some story I saw this week in the Washington paper where they said the man that was bringing the champagne's been wheeling it in and out this week.
Here's Dickey back, this time with good protection and a pass completion to tight end Paul Kaufman.
Well, you got to give Paul Kaufman a lot of credit for what he does here. Again, finding the open spot in the zone, settling down, getting the opening, and again picking up a Packer first down.
Finsick and Campbell on the tackle.
With Kaufman, every time he catches one, he increases that tight end record for the Packers.
That's Patton for tough 2. Alan Page on the bottom of the pile.
It's hard to think of Ron Kramer only having 37 catches as a tight end here. Watch Page here moving around, slipping the blocks and making a play. Well, he does it all with his quickness and smartness.
Been operating in there a long time. The only lineman ever to be the most valuable player.
A little cold for this guy, huh?
Green hair. Patton straight ahead again is hit by Dan Hampton this time.
I tell you, look at that guy with the green hair. How many mornings have you woken up and felt that way?
A lot.
There he is. Well, they have fun at their football games here, don't they?
Sure looks like it. He's not only got green hair, his face is green.
His face is green. Boy, Dick is having a good day throwing the football, 8 out of 12.
Under a lot of pressure. Here comes the blitz again if they get it underway. Lenny Walterscheid, number 23, was starting to blitz for the Bears.
See if you can get a tendency here after the penalty. See if we can get see whether or not they'll come back and blitz on this next down, because they obviously were coming that down. If you can anticipate it with your call this time, see if they change the defense.
They leave the same people in there, and it's still 3rd and long.
False start, quarterback.
He anticipated it.
That's right. That's not a bad play to bail out when you know you're going to get hit.
They've got Bruce Herron as one of the linebackers, and the other fellow who's playing in what would normally be a linebacking position is Walterscheid.
Well, that was the 8th penalty on Green Bay.
I think you got to anticipate or think about a blitz, and if you do, you'd be correct.
I think you were right. They did not change the defense. They came with the same blitz. Boy, that's a tendency. You'd like to know that they do this. You see it, everybody coming, all the linebackers coming. Dickey trying to roll out, but the pressure gets him from the outside.
Walterscheid and Hartenstein and Page all got there.
Give them all credit for that sack.
3rd apiece. Beverly back standing at his own 5. And Walterscheid, the deep man for the Bears. Somehow Beverly doesn't look like he belongs in a football uniform. From the 43. Another penalty marker down. 38-yard kick by Beverly. Monday night, here on CBS, comedy. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Well, I got time now. With MASH and WKRP in Cincinnati.
Personal foul, clipping, number 58. First down.
Finally on CBS on Monday night, Ed Asner, who's a great football fan himself.
They caught Jerry Muckensturm on the clip there on the run back. Kind of hurt some good field position by the Bears.
7-6. Green Bay leads. 2:29 left to play in the first half. Peyton hurdles Travels over a couple of blockers. What a run. Good gosh.
Remember we mentioned earlier about him running to the side that the motion was coming to? They reversed it that time. They sent a man in motion one way, and they go right back the other way. Both guards out in front. And watch this run. The average back doesn't make a run like this. Hurdles, tacklers, and then just keeps fighting. Good leg drive. Unbelievable.
Phipps high over the head of Basnagel. Clock stopped. Steve Luke on the coverage. Payton has 11 carries for 59 yards now.
I think he wants to go under that 100 mark today.
Both Bart Starr and Neil Armstrong will be notified there are 2 minutes left to play in the first half by the officials. Green Bay ahead by 1 point. Pat Summerall with Sonny Jurgensen, and Sonny, you got another score in the
Washington-Cincinnati with only 42 seconds left in the half. Joe Theismann has thrown a 23-yard touchdown pass to Clarence Harmon. Washington leads 21-14. Boy, Theismann's having some kind of year.
Isn't he, though? Phipps with adequate protection this time finds Ricky Watts, who came back to the ball, made a good catch. Mike McCoy on the coverage.
Well, they're going to go in there hurry-up offense now.
Just over a minute and a half left down in the first half. Bears trying to get more. Protection is adequate. Mike Cobb, the tight end, on the reception. Another Chicago first down. That was a dangerous throw.
Was that a brilliant throw on the other side of the linebacker? I don't see how he saw the linebacker. It looked like he was just leading Cobb right here, and he throws it. Watch the ball. It goes on the other side of the linebacker. Cobb makes a reception. Steve Luke on the play there.
You'll be in Houston?
I'll be in Houston, and you'll be in Dallas, won't you?
Right. I'll be talking to you. I got a feeling. Here is Payton. Payton blasts down to about the 15. Near another Bear first down, and he blasts back into the huddle.
He runs back to the huddle fast, and a lot of backs do with the football.
Phipps surveying to see that everything is set. Ricky Watts jumped too soon. Phipps didn't jump soon enough. Terry Jones tackled Phipps.
Well, they had a rookie mistake here. Watts left too early and nobody to throw to, and the sack comes. That's a tough mistake because they were moving the football in the 2-minute drill, had moved it down, and doing well until they come up with
number 80 on offense declined.
They'll take the sack.
Put down.
59 seconds left to play in the first half. The bowl game lineup again coming up on CBS. Washington against Texas in the Sun Bowl. The Blue-Gray game Christmas Day. Clemson Baylor in Atlanta at the Peach Bowl Monday, December 31st. The Cotton Bowl on New Year's Day, Houston, Nebraska. The East-West Shrine game on January the 5th. And the Senior Bowl follows that on the 12th. Phipps gives again to Payton. Payton around the corner to about the 16.
No timeout call here. They're letting the clock run down. They're going to kick a field goal, but they're going to let the clock run in order to not give the Packers any time on the football when they, after the kickoff, or if they take over and they miss a field goal.
They've got 2 timeouts left. Both teams do. But that's exactly what they're doing, is letting the clock run down. It's 4th down, and Bob Thomas is already on the field.
They're just taking a look at the 30-second clock now.
Got it. The 30-second clock has run down
Chicago
to
timeout.
3 seconds, and now they've called that timeout. So the scores around the league is Bob Thomas has a chance to put the Bears back ahead. That's going to have to to hurry. Hit the upright.
The right upright. A sidewinders like to play that little draw on the football, and obviously that one didn't draw enough. At mixed team golf, you like that format? What do? They hit drives and then they switch balls?
I think they enjoy it very much. It's a little bit lighter atmosphere, I think, in the regular golf tournament. Ricky Patton, Eric Torkelson behind Dickey. Packers have 2 timeouts left, but they're not going to try to utilize those. They'll just run out the clock. Not a very popular decision. Osborne tackled Patton. Well, that's the end of the first half. The score was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. 7-6, Green Bay over the Bears. And Sonny, it's a half that, statistically at least, the Bears dominated.
They did. When you look at the Packers only had 15 yards rushing, 83 passing, but it's a typical Bear-Packer game, and I think the Packers would like to do just what the Bears did to them last year, knock them out of the playoffs.
I think about the score of the first game this year when it was 6-3, and now this one's 7-6. Let's go down.